Welcome back to our channel where we share updates and untold stories about. From reality to reinvention, 1,000-Pound Sisters star's bold career shift draws cheers and skeptics alike. When the cameras first rolled on 1,000-Pound Sisters, viewers were drawn in by the raw vulnerability, the health challenges, and the roller coaster of emotions experienced by sisters Tammy and Amy Slayton, and later Amanda. Over the seasons, their lives became part of a collective narrative of struggle, transformation, setback, and sometimes hope. But now, one of the show's stars has dropped a surprise plot twist. She's stepping into a brand new career, moving away from the storyline many have come to expect. This pivot has stirred a heated mix of admiration, skepticism, and fierce debate online, and all eyes are on how this reinvention might reshape her life, her public persona, and perhaps even the future of the show itself. The big reveal: what's the new career? On a late summer evening, rumors began circulating via fan forums and social media. 1,000-Pound Sisters star Tammy Slayton, or alternately, Amy Slayton, was launching a modeling career. Soon enough, the whispers were confirmed. Tammy posted a series of bold, sweeping images on Instagram and TikTok, flaunting a slimmer new figure and announcing that she had signed with a fashion agency to do modeling work. For someone who historically was known more for weight loss struggles than red carpets, the leap felt audacious. But Tammy, long known for her outspokenness and determination, framed it as a natural next step. "I've endured the hard parts," she shared in her post, "and now I want to explore what else I'm capable of beyond what people thought I was limited to." In interviews, she admitted she wasn't sure how far it would go, but she was ready to try. The stakes were high, stepping into a world that prizes idealized standards of beauty, where scrutiny is fierce and imperfection is easily merciless. Why this move surprises and inspires. Redefining personal identity. For much of her public life, Tammy has been identified through the lens of weight, health, and transformation. Her fight with obesity was the show's backbone, and many audience members rooted for her success precisely because they witnessed the hardships so intimately. To now see her attempting a turn into modeling is more than a career change. It's a redefinition of her identity. Facing industry standards. Modeling is notoriously ruthless about body norms, poses, lighting, and edits. Being judged by photo angles or camera lenses is part of the job. For someone whose past was publicly documented in starkly honest, unfiltered ways, this shift risks exposing her to a new kind of pressure. Can she claim space in an industry historically hostile to diversity in body types? That's part of what makes this move daring. A strategic business gamble. If this takes off, it could open doors to brand deals, fashion lines, and media opportunities beyond 1,000-Pound Sisters. It signals a desire for sustainability, not just being a reality star, but becoming a multifaceted public figure with agency over her image and career. The timing is also intriguing. Many reality personalities make brand pivots while still in the limelight. Tammy is doing this mid-journey, while her story is still evolving on television. Reactions, thunderous applause, cynical jabs, and everything between. As news spread, the response was swift and divided. Fandom and supporters. Her longtime supporters poured praise across social media. "You earned this," read one comment on Instagram. Many said they were proud she was stepping out of the struggle narrative and daring to become more than a cautionary tale. Some fans speculated the modeling gig was already in motion behind the scenes. Perhaps the network or her management had quietly negotiated things in the wings. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Some even viewed it as symbolic. If she can walk, dress, pose, and demand to be seen, the modeling job becomes a statement of bodily autonomy and agency. Her weight loss journey, in that view, is not what defines her success. The freedom to choose her next path does. Skeptics and critics. Not all were convinced. Critics voiced concern that the modeling path would push her into an extremely image-conscious arena, one that often demands conformity and erasure of flaw. Is she setting herself up for emotional harm? Questioned some commenters, citing the pressure of perfection in fashion. Others wondered, was this publicity stunt? Would it last? One skeptic wrote, "She's chasing vanity, not purpose." And then there were those concerned for the integrity of 1,000-pound sisters. If Tammy pivots away from the core weight loss storyline, will the show lose its anchor? Could it feel disjointed without the intimate, raw narrative that originally drew viewers? Some fans speculated, maybe this is her exit plan. Comparisons to other reality stars. This isn't the first time a reality icon attempted a pivot. Some succeeded, for example, personalities parlaying fame into wellness brands, clothing lines, podcasts. Others burned out under pressure or found their new ventures overshadowed by their old persona. Critics pointed to those cautionary tales. Fame doesn't always translate into lasting success in adjacent fields, especially in industries less forgiving than reality TV. The stakes are high, and so are the risks. Identity versus audience expectation. Tammy's fans are used to seeing her in the trenches: therapy visits, weight plateaus, hospital stays, emotional breakdowns. They watch because those vulnerabilities feel genuine. If she transitions too far from that, there's risk she may seem distant or unattainable, or worse, that the raw connection will evaporate. Physical and mental pressure. Modeling demands consistent maintenance: skin, posture, lighting, angles, grooming. The emotional toll of constant visual scrutiny can be heavy. Tammy will need to brace for critical commentary about body cues, skin texture, and imperfections. That's a reversal from the supportive, or at least sympathetic, lens many fans have looked through. Brand management and authenticity. If she rebrands too aggressively or chases trends inconsistent with who she is, she might alienate her core base. But if she is too cautious, she might be labeled as failing to commit. Walking that balance is tricky in the social media age, where every move is magnified. What this could mean for 1,000-pound sisters. The implications of Tammy's pivot ripple outward to the show itself. Possible narrative shift. Future seasons may need to pivot. Instead of focusing solely on weight loss battles, producers might integrate her modeling journey, personal branding struggles, or fashion photoshoots into the episodes. This could refresh the format if done well, but it's a gamble. Power dynamics. If Tammy begins to command more influence through external contracts or public visibility, she might have more leverage over creative control. But that can also create tension with network executives or producers eager to preserve the show's original identity. Succession and focus. If Tammy spends more energy on modeling, the show might lean more heavily on Amy or Amanda to carry weight, literally and metaphorically. Or it might recast or shift narrative arcs to support the broader family. In some articles, Amy's move into merchandise, meet-and-greet branding, and Amy Levorn creations has already been cited as a shift toward independence. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Audience retention. The show's draw is the contrast between hope and struggle. If too many threads go toward glamour or branding, it risks losing the raw vulnerability many tuning in sought. But if Tammy's success is real, it could deepen the show's resonance, showing transformation beyond the physical. Alternate scenarios and thought experiments. Let's imagine a few possible trajectories for Tammy's career reinvention and what each might bring. Scenario 1. The slow burn. Tammy begins with a few paid shoots, gradually building a portfolio. She's cautious, retains ties to 1,000-pound sisters, and uses her new image to fuel brand deals and inclusive fashion lines. Slowly, the modeling becomes a supplementary income stream rather than a full pivot. She avoids burning out, and her evolution is gradual and sustainable. Pros: balanced, less shock to fans, lower risk. Cons: might lack momentum, critics may call it timid. Scenario 2. All in. Tammy resigns her role or steps back from 1,000-pound sisters entirely. She signs an exclusive modeling contract, tours fashion weeks, becomes the face of plus-size and body-diverse brands, and distances from her former narrative. She rebrands as a fashion influencer or media personality. Pros: strong reintroduction, potential for high reward. Cons: high stakes. If it fails, her fallback may be limited. Could alienate longtime fans. Scenario 3. Hybrid entrepreneur. Modeling is just one facet. Tammy also launches a clothing line, a cosmetics collection, or a motivational brand, e.g. Tammy Transformed. She becomes a multimedia entrepreneur, leveraging her story to sell products, courses, or appearances. The show becomes more of a platform than a destination. Pros: diversified income, multiple pathways if one fails. Cons: requires business acumen, staff, funding, and constant output. Risk of overextension. Scenario 4. Short-lived experiment. The modeling stint is brief. A few campaigns, some magazine spreads, but it doesn't ignite. Maybe the offers dry up, or the pressure proves too much. Tammy returns full throttle to 1,000-pound sisters or pivots again, e.g. to social media influencing or brand deals. Pros: lessons learned, minimal long-term damage if done transparently. Cons: risk of public perception of failure or retreat, which critics might pounce on. Voices from the online trenches. In fan forums, the discussion has been lively. One longtime viewer posted, "Tammy's transformation has been emotional for me to watch. If she wants to try modeling, I support that 100%. She deserves to see how far she can go." But a more cautious voice responded, "I get the ambition, but fashion is brutal. I hope she has support to handle the backlash." On TikTok, a short video montage of her new modeling photos was captioned, "When your journey isn't just survival, it's reinvention." Comments ranged from iconic to "Can she keep her health the priority though?" Media outlets have also chimed in. Some praise her bravery. Others frame it as a gamble loaded with risk. Soap Central, for example, described the move as bold, but speculated it might even signal the end of 1,000-pound sisters as it was once known. What Tammy needs to thrive in this new terrain: strong support system. Emotional, professional, and mental health support will be essential. Modeling puts one under a microscope. Having people who care about the person, not the persona, will anchor her. Clear vision and brand identity. She'll need to decide, what does Tammy the model represent? Body positivity? Diverse beauty? A fusion of transformation and fashion? That clarity will help audiences understand her evolution. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Selective engagement with critics. Not every comment deserves a response. She'll need to shield her psyche and pick her battles. The louder the spotlight, the easier it becomes to get dragged into debates she doesn't want. Financial and contractual savvy. Modeling contracts, usage rights, image licensing, these can be complicated and fraught. Legal counsel and trustworthy partners are non-negotiable. Patience and resilience. This won't pay off overnight. Some campaigns will flop, rejections will sting. Composure over time may outlast sensational wins or losses. Why this move matters on a broader scale. This isn't just about one reality star chasing a new gig. It speaks to shifting cultural narratives and the value we assign to transformation, reinvention, and agency. Challenging stereotypes. If Tammy succeeds, she could challenge the idea that people with obesity histories are defined by struggle forever. She gets to be more than a before/after story. Pushing industry norms, the modeling world is slowly inching toward inclusivity. Her entry could amplify pressure on brands to diversify casting and to treat non-traditional models with respect rather than novelty. Reality TV evolution. Many reality stars are pressured to monetize their fame or pivot quickly. Her journey could set a precedent for how faces from weight loss franchises transition beyond their origin story. Audience expectations. Viewers who grew attached to the raw, confessional narrative will now have to adjust to a glossier, more curated persona. That tension between vulnerability and performance reflects the modern dilemma of any public figure. A hypothetical closer, a day in Tammy's new life. Let's imagine a day 2 years from now. The blinds open early and Tammy steps into a sunlit loft. She scrolls through campaign proposals for a plus-size fashion line. She checks in with her creative director about her photo shoot, lighting, styling, posture. She meets a brand rep to discuss image usage rights for billboards and web ads. Later, she heads to her 1,000-pound sister's set to film a segment reflecting on her modeling journey, bridge between her two worlds. In the evening, she hosts a live stream Q&A. Fans ask about skincare, confidence, diet decisions, and modeling tips. She answers with gratitude and sometimes firm boundaries, reminding viewers that she's still learning. She signs off, feeling invigorated but aware of the journey ahead. Closing thoughts. When a star of 1,000-pound sisters decides to pivot into modeling, the move carries more weight, pun intended, than a simple job change. It signals a confrontation with her past, a challenge to industry norms, and a gamble on public trust. Some may applaud, others may doubt. Some fans may drift away, others may grow deeper. The real test won't be the first photo shoot. It will be how she sustains authenticity, protects her mental health, and balances her evolving identity with the expectations of a watching world. At its heart, this pivot is a declaration. I am more than my past, more than the story that brought me here. Whether she soars or stumbles, the act of choosing her next chapter may be the most powerful moment of transformation yet. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.